Okay, everybody, it's me, Aries0083, here with a video vlog of the Botcon 2015 reveals. Um, Before I start, I want you guys to remember two things for me. The first one is the word cost. The second one is this hashtag, your nostalgia is irrelevant. Remember when using hashtags, every word that's separate begins with a capital letter. That's the official way. Alright, so here we go. Some thoughts first. I was listening to some podcasts and I noticed that fans, they want new characters, but that's double speak. Because they are actually what they want is new remakes of old characters. They don't want new characters like Rook or Off-Road or Alpha Bravo, who you'd think people would love these guys. Maybe it's because the toys aren't that great. Everyone loved the Drift when he was introduced. I believe, this is my personal opinion as Aries0083, as a company, you can't listen to your fans a lot. If they're your fans, they'll like you for it. If you make a bad album, an album that isn't as great as your previous album, your fans will still stay with you. They won't leave you. Sometimes in the action figure world, polls go wrong. We're going to talk about Victorion in a bit. In the Star Wars world, there was an action figure of Yarna Gargarian, I think her name is. She was one of the dancers in Jabba's palace. People wanted an action figure of her, and when they got it, it warmed the pegs. So what fans want isn't always the best thing. A lot of podcast people are complaining about the reuse, recycle of old characters from 1984 to 1986. But according to the third-party companies, that's what's selling. That's what people want. And people pay more than they pay for Hasbro toys, for third-party toys. So if I was Hasbro, the way they're going, keep at it. Chug along, little buddy. If I'm a little angry about some things, Vangelis, the podcaster reviewer, he said that your anger isn't going to make Hasbro better. Like me being angry for something isn't going to make Hasbro make more money, but I feel that I need to get it out. I need to voice my opinion. So here we go. First off, let's take a look at the logo. First off, we have the Transformers reveals from Botcon 2015. I didn't expect a lot. I think last year all we got revealed was that ugly Optimus that I complained about in my previous video. So, and then we got the Combiner Wars reveal at San Diego Comic-Con last year, 2014. So the fact that Hasbro is revealing a lot of this stuff now, to me, means that for San Diego Comic-Con, they're going to reveal a whole bunch of amazing stuff. So before anything showed up, there was some speculation as to this picture. I believe I got this from Facebook, from Ben Yee. So they showed Bruticus, and everyone was like, "Yay, Bruticus!" And I was like, yeah, he was coming down the pipes, but it's good to see that we're getting Bruticus. He's one of the combiners that has a mouth plate that I like. But the thing a lot of people noticed was, you see the technical drawings on the back behind the Combiner Wars lettering. A lot of people saw that it was probably Fort Max. This is a arm. Here's a clearer picture. This is from Sabertron.com. So you can see he has treads in the back like the IDW Fort Max. And there was some pictures of a headmaster. If you've watched the Rebirth, Spike became a headmaster to Cerebros, who became a headmaster to Fortress Maximus. And here we have Fortress Maximus. Again, this picture is from Sabertron.com. And there were some other pictures, some other designs that people saw. I don't know who this is. The Optimus Prime looking face is linked to this Astro Train looking body, which made me think Blastoff. He has an Astro Train looking body and he turns into a shuttle, so I'm thinking maybe this is the Takara Tomy Blastoff that they'll probably be getting, and we might get. Another thing that people noticed was that there was this is a horrible picture. It looks like Blaster, and people are saying that he's probably gonna be a headmaster. Now let's finish off this year with the horrible deluxe of Battlecore Optimus, who I thought at first from far it looks like he has Prow's horns, so I was thinking he'd have Prow's face, but then as you look at the picture, he just has horns, but he still has his Optimus face. This is probably, I'm not gonna get this guy unless I see him on for discount in like closeout stores like TJ Maxx, or if Kmart has a 50% off sale this Christmas. I got Motormaster because I want Menasor, but I don't like this mode. I'm not gonna say bad on you, Hasbro, for keep making this toy that I don't like. They're in the business of making money, and this helps them make money. So as a fan, I'm like, good for you, Hasbro, but I'm probably not gonna buy it. And here he is in truck mode. It looks good, the silver, the white, and the gold, but I don't like it as a toy. And for the rest of this year, I believe we're gonna get one more wave of Combiner toys, Combiner War toys, which are these guys that are gonna go with the Battlecore Optimus. You get a Ironhide. Here's his head, retooled from Off-Road, which I wish they would have used the Red Alert mode because I like it better. On Red Alert, this backpack thingy, I guess, slides down more or doesn't show as much, and you can put the combiner hand foot piece in there, and it looks like he has a shoulder mounted missiles. So this is Ironhide. Then we get Mirage. In my Menasor versus Superion video, I did like flip around the upper torso so that the front of the car was facing us, just like the generations, the first Mirage, the original Mirage. I thought they would do some tooling with that, but all they did was repaint drag strip and give them a new head. I'm probably gonna buy a second one of this, flip them around, maybe switch out the arms, and cut these things that stick out from the front part of the car. He won't be able to transform, but at least he'll look G1. I want him, I would have liked that he was different than Dragstrip. Then you get Prowl, who's repaint with a new head of my favorite mode, Dead End Streetwise mode. But this is a direct repaint of Streetwise. And I like how they put this little strip from the black going up to the window. So I'm getting Prowl because I love the mode. And the Combiner War figures, you can get a whole bunch of them, and just for your Galvatronus or your Ultra Prime or your Optimus Maximus, you could switch them out as limbs. So that's why I like the concept of Combiner Wars, and I'm not upset that they keep repainting these guys. Sunstreaker over here, he's mistransformed. As I showed in my Menasor versus Superion video, you can fold this part of the roof down and put his his fist foot accessory on the back, so he has these little pipes, boop, boop, sticking out. He looks good as a car, but I was wondering how they fix the chest. If they're just doing a new head sculpt, I don't think there's a way to fix the chest piece without it being able to transform correctly. So that's it. These guys, I'm guessing, should hit in September, a little bit before the Christmas season. For those of you who sell stuff, Christmas starts in September. That's when people start buying presents for their loved ones. And usually after New York Comic Con, stuff starts showing up in stores. Like if they show these guys again in New York Comic Con, chances are the next week you'll be able to go into the store and buy them. That's what I get from experience. Also, at Botcon was revealed Victorion, the female commander, which this picture tells me, run girls, run! And yes, they are indeed running, but only after Victorion introduces herself as, I am Victorion, I have a man's voice, and you will step back from the enigma or I will blast you to pieces. The bad news about Victorion, when I saw this picture, I thought RC was part of her foot. But I think the bad news is that we're getting 2 helicopters as the arms. And I'm like, oh, I like you, Alpha Bravo, and I'll accept you, Blades. But nah. I believe at the end of this year, we'll get Leader Class Starscream, who has an owl on his chest. Ooh, ooh. You see that owl? Now you'll never unsee it. I wasn't too crazy about Leader Class Jetfire. I got them because I bought 2 because they were half off. And here's Starscream in vehicle mode. And again, I'm not saying, Hasbro, why are you doing this? I don't want this. I understand it's about cost and making money. So if you want to buy Starscream, good on you. I'm not buying him, but I'm not going to put Hasbro down for reusing the Thundercracker mode. Which, by the way, by next year, we should be getting Skywarp. Which looks better because he's mostly black and good guys wear black. Oh, or do they? So here he is in jet mode. I mean robot mode and then jet mode. Which looks pretty cool. Not $50 cool. So we're going to move on to the 2016. The deluxe wave, which everyone was like, yay, look, it's the Combaticons, yay. So first up, we got Blastoff, who isn't a space shuttle, but he's a repaint of a mode I don't have. I like Firefly. I didn't like the robot head on him. I like Quickslinger, but he was an online exclusive. So to get Quickslinger repainted as Blastoff is great, because now I get the new head without having to pay online prices. And here's his jet mode as a fat jet. And it's great that they take these pictures without you being able to notice, hey, look, there's his arm to his side. And it's hollow. Some customizers have brought like molding plastic and they filled those hollow parts of these Combiner War jets. What everyone was expecting for Blastoff was probably a retool, a remode of the Alpha Bravo mode. This is a custom by a guy on Facebook. I don't know his name. He removed the rotors from Alpha Bravo and chopped off the tail and added this little bit of space shuttle, as well as adding space shuttle wings. I'll admit this is what everyone expected of Blastoff, but compared to the jet that we just saw, I would take the jet. Next up, we got a new mode in Brawl. So it's a new mode. It's pretty cool. I can see Hasbro making Galvatron, Megatron, Warpath, Blitzwing, stretching it, you know, just tank Blitzwing. And here's Brawl as a tank. If you noticed, these aren't pictures of toys. They're more 3D models. They're too clean to be toys. Unless someone from Hasbro will say, hey, you're wrong. Those are pictures of toys. The model's too clean. The surfaces are too smooth for these to be real toys. It's just a 3D render. We got Swindle. I'm really excited about Swindle. He has a cool head sculpt. For some reason, I like the colors. The purple and beige really look well. This is a retool, if you've noticed, of Rook. They fixed the chest so that it looks like the front of a Jeep. I'm guessing because of this angle, the back kibble that Rook had, it's not going to be so boxy, because here's Swindle's vehicle mode. This is the hood, the roof of the car are going to be connected, and they're going to be able to swivel up and back so you can transform. And there's the arms, like where Rook's arms would be sticking. And they got rid of one wheel, and it looks great. It looks great for Swindle. And finally, we got Vortex. I like the rainbow colors. He has purple, red, and yellow on his chest, which is nice. If he were really expensive, I wouldn't pick him up. When there's a sale, I'll probably pick him up. And here's a Vortex as a helicopter. And finally, they come together with another guy and become Bruticus. I like that the two boxy guys are going to be the feet. The two long guys are going to be the arms. There's going to be a running change on Bruticus. There's two colors. I think one is toy accurate and one's going to be cartoon accurate. So let's move on from that to Deluxe Wave 2. And we got these guys as part of the Combiner Wars. We got Hound, who, again, with the shot of the toy, they're not showing you the big old backpack, but he's a retool of Swindle with a new head. And here he is as a Jeep. Then we get Smokescreen with Streetwise's awesome shotgun, and he has Prowl's head, and he's painted in Smokescreen's colors, which I love the mode, so I don't mind. I'll probably get this guy also. And here's the picture of the Smokescreen in his vehicle mode. The first time I saw this picture, I thought the red on the top is kind of weird, because if you look at the lighting here, it looks more white than red. And again, they're going with painting the stripe here on the arms of the toy. But they're not going to remove the sirens. They're just going to paint over them. Then we get Trailbreaker from the off-road mode. Again, the backpack, which I'm not too great with. The interesting thing is they're going to make one of his arms a little gun, as you can see here. And he got a new head sculpt. And here he is as a truck. I like the truck mode better with the paint apps, and I always thought that Trailbreaker looked a lot like the jackhammer from Mask. If you'd be able to put the fist foot accessory on like a little peg, then you could recreate that illusion is the ultimate weapon look. And finally, we get Wheeljack. I don't know that the head sculpt is G1 accurate, but I feel like there's something missing. Like there should be something behind the head, or maybe it's because he doesn't have the rocket on his shoulder. But it's a little... It looks small. I think that's it. And since this is a reuse of the breakdown mode, you're not gonna get the raised chest, because this is going to have to be able to fit under the car. But I do like Breakdown's weapon, the gun knife thing. And here's a Wheeljack as a vehicle, which as a vehicle he looks excellent. I like this car mode. He doesn't have the names on him, I guess because of copyright. I'll probably pick him up. It's easier for me to buy deluxes because of the price point than it is to buy leaders or voyagers. If you ask me about the doubles, the toys that I have, that a lot of, it's probably going to be deluxes. Legends, the price point of Legends right now is closer to like the old deluxe, so I don't I see it as a waste of money for the size. If the legends went down to like $7, I would buy them more, but they're closer to $10, $12 now. We're gonna move on to the legends for Wave 1 2016. We're gonna get Buzzsaw, who I almost labeled as Laserbeak when I was labeling these pictures, but they're probably gonna repaint him as Laserbeak. Buzzsaw transforms into a cell phone. You could tell by this button. And here's a mail envelope. There's like a chat icon. There's like a data icon. So he's gonna be an evil cell phone. Depending on the size, it'll be cool to pass him around to like bigger guys. Like have Ultra Magnus give a call, or Megatron, like, hey, you're the only one I could rely on because you're my cell phone. But you can do Soundwave. You're the only one I can rely on, Buzzsaw, because you give me good service, even underground. Buzzsaw is going to have an alt mode, third alt mode of like this tank thingy. It would be cool if they say, you'll be able to put him with Trypticon, so he could be like Trypticon's little tank guy. But he's probably going to be part of Bruticus or another combiner as a weapon that you could probably peg on his arm or put in his hand. Next up, we get Chop Shop, who's a repaint of Scrapnel. I realized that when I did get Scrapnel, I was leaving him on the pegs, but now I want another one. I think he's still available on Hasbro Toy Shop, but maybe later. And here's Chop Shop as a bug, so you can have more Insecticons. Next we get Pipes. Boop, boop. I welcome the same reuse of the mode. As a customer, I'll probably buy him. I like this mode with the new head as Huffer, but I would have wished that they would have given him the boxy robot head that Pipes has. And you can add him to your crew or the Lost Light instead of adding Huffer, because Huffer is not on the ship. And here's Pipes as a truck. Boop, boop. Again, this is a 3D render. Pipes. Look at how clean that Autobot symbol is. And finally, we got Shockwave. Shockwave looks good compared to the Fall of Cybertron one that I've seen. I think at the store where I've seen them might still have them, but I don't want to pick them up because I already picked up Air Raid and I didn't like the mode. So it's great that we're getting a new Shockwave. Here he is in robot mode, and here he is in gun mode. He becomes a gun for your Bruticus or any other guy you want to give him a gun. He has that classic viewfinder up here and his classic wings. Oh wait, he didn't have wings. But it's okay, I don't mind. The only thing is, you see here, this 3D render has this front part as translucent plastic, but from this picture that I downloaded from Facebook, credit to whoever's picture it was, you can see his legs are made out of translucent plastic. And his arms too. He does have the gun arm, the little nozzle, and the regular arm. Okay, so here you can see that the translucent plastic is the entirety of the front part. So it's Shockwave's legs. Shockwave. That's it for the legends. Now I'm going to move on to Voyagers. We got Voyager Onslaught, who's a retool, remode of Hotspot. And here he is in vehicle mode. At first I was like, what am I looking at here? But if you notice, the vehicle is backwards. You can see here, this is the front of the fire truck, and these little flaps are what used to flip on the front to become the Sentinel Prime-esque fire truck that Hotspot is. And this part is the back of the truck where you got the fists. It's a good idea. It's ingenious. I'm just wondering how this cannon thing is gonna fit. Retool, reuse. Make that money, Hasbro. And here we have the picture of Bruticus. This is the almost next to last guy. is everyone's favorite, Skylinks. People went crazy when this guy was announced, and I'm like, yeah, Skylinks. A lot of people are crying because he can't separate into two. Remember the word cost. And Skylink spent most of his time together. I prefer this not being able to separate. It's Skylink spent most of his time like in this mode. I do like the new head, like the shuttle windows make the eyes, and he got these little ears which are cute. And here he is in awesome shuttle mode. As a kid of the 80s, I loved space shuttles because they were a different way to get into space than a stupid rocket. And they look cooler too. I would say this is the most anticipated toy of 2016 until we see whatever's coming out of San Diego Comic Con. And here we have Skyrain. If you were crying about the Lynx mode, here he is. I would have wished that there would be a face in the lion mouth, but there's just a gun. And I mean, I'll buy it. This is shoulda, coulda, woulda that I'm talking about. Like if I was the designer, I would have put a face in there if it fit, but probably it wouldn't be able to fit. But I like Skyrain. And the last guy that we're going to talk about, the grand finale, is this guy who I don't know where to place. This is a repaint of Groove, who I have. I like Groove except for his head, but now that we're getting a Rekgar head with the classic goatee, because robots need more goatees. How do robots grow goatees? I have no idea. But robots need more goatees. And this guy, Redgar, I'd just call him Junkion and have people want to army build. But yeah, you gotta go with the name brand. So this is Redgar. I don't know who he's going with. I think it's, I had him in the envelope with Skyrain because I think he comes out around the same time Skyrain's going to come out, but he's not going to fit on Skyrain's chest. And he doesn't turn into a gun. Maybe he'll go with Bruticus? I don't know. So that's it for my video reviews for Botcon. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you guys think. Do you agree with me that it's all about cost, or do you want to complain that Hasbro's, what's the word? They're causing mode fatigue. What the heck does that mean? Mode fatigue is what I would call what's happened to Mirage's mode, that you can't make a old G1 Mirage because the mode is lost due to mode degradation. But if you can make money with these guys, and these combiners sell, they'll sell to me. You can make all the combiners, repaint them, as long as I got the money and I like them. Yeah, I'm looking at you, Voyager Optimus Prime. Yes, you, I'm looking at you. As long as I like them, I'll buy them if I can, when I can. Either at the store or when they show up at closeout stores next year or the year after that. I'm Aries0083, and thank you for watching. Leave a comment, and don't forget the hashtag, your nostalgia is irrelevant. Bye.